Hi everyone, Hornbook Reviewer here. This time reviewing on issue 2 of Krusty Comics. Now as you know, I've done issue 1, now moving on to issue 2. Which, Krustyland being built, we kind of see how Krusty will use any methods to get the money to pay off Fat Tony. And issue 2 is going to show the effects of Krustyland finally being built. So the cover mainly has, Krusty running off in anguish with multiple monkeys taking off the signs and that. So the story starts off how, Krusty has the dream where Krustyland is going to be this big success. We kind of see how he thinks his father will finally be proud of him. And the dream turns into a nightmare with, Fat Tony being his dad saying, "It's quite simple, Krusty. Since you do not pay me the money you owe me, I am going to blow you away, little boy." And we see how Krusty wakes up and sees that there's multiple monkeys. And we see Krusty saying, "Hot, get these chimps off me." And we kind of see how, he asks what are all these monkeys doing here. But it turns out they couldn't get the performers that they wanted. And of course had to rely on monkeys that they got from the black market, similar to Mr. Teeny. So of course, this is a cost-cutting measure. And this is where, Krusty starts to now doubt ever getting Krustyland was ever a good idea. And now understanding the consequences of thinking of this as a big golden ticket. And we kind of see how, Homer points out about going to Krustyland would be the greatest day of his life. And we kind of see how Homer and the others assume that Bart has the free tickets. But we kind of see how, Bart realizes he doesn't have them. And this is basically what happens when Bart is put into situations that get him into trouble. And of course, Homer wants to show off the hat. He's going to kind of get his drinking hat ready and have them kind of guard the tickets. And you know right away Bart is put in a situation he didn't ask. And of course, we kind of see how Krusty learns he can't get any celebrities and not even Troy McClure. And of course, Fat Tony shows up and says, Krusty, the warmth of your greetings truly touches me deeply. Would it be troublesome, you two, much to share a word of two in private? And we kind of see how, Lionel Hutz has to leave. And, points out about that if there isn't enough money, they're going to break Krusty in half. And of course, we kind of see how Krusty realizes he needs to strengthen his game and get this all sorted. And due to there not being as much tickets being sold, Krusty has to use every method. Like, getting everything done quickly, trying to sell off the tickets for free, and of course, uses every cheap method he can find, and finds out that, most of the rides are poorly done and rushed. He kind of is worried that he's going to end up sleeping with the fishes. And we kind of see how Krusty says, "I better whip this park into shape." And we kind of see how, he talks with the performers. He wants to make sure that the rides are stable. And we see how Krusty uses every method that even Disney know what to do with Disneyland. And of course, has to make sure that the foods and water fountains are turned off, has to make the popcorn so salty, and says, "That's better. Now raise the price of beer to 20. A bottle of turn off all the drinking fountains in this park." And we kind of see how, Krusty still tries to talk with his dad, but finds out it's on voicemail. And we kind of see how Kent Brockman is showing off everyone going to Krustyland. And we kind of see Homer saying, "Alright everyone, listen up. In case we get stranded in the park, we need a password, so we can be sure we're going home with the right people." And we kind of see how, Fat Tony's in the crowd, Ned Flanders and the campers, and Marge saying, "We don't need a password, Homer." And we kind of see how everyone is going here. And of course, Bart has to find a way to get out of this situation, unaware that Krusty's selling things for free. And of course, everyone ends up going to Krustyland, and Flanders knows right away Krusty violated the deed of the land, so there's going to be a lot of consequences. And we kind of see how, yeah, due to Krustyland being so cheap, Lionel Hutz only was able to hire celebrity impersonators. And of course, right away, Krusty is furious, and he even has a go with one of the employees who says, "Well, that is just about enough of that. Even Winkler couldn't create under these conditions. I quit. I'm an artist, not some piece of meat you can just order around." And of course, we kind of see how Homer kind of gets boastful about the tickets, but turns out everyone got in for free. And of course, Bart uses the pork chop costume, and right away, we know Fat Tony isn't really pleased about all these conditions. And of course, Bart trying to escape, but gets caught into the situation. And yeah, right away, this shows what happens when Bart doesn't think through any of his actions. He puts himself in these warm water situations. And we kind of see how, yeah, Krusty ends up having his final curtains, with Fat Tony and his goons unhappy with everything that's gone wrong. And yeah, they make it clear that his final curtain is to come. And yeah, the next issue will lead up to what happens next. And this is the story. So I think, yeah, issue 2 is kind of alright. Right away, we know Krustyland is going to come crumbling down, and Krusty obviously using every second-handed, cheap, and greedy tactical method to get the money. And the thing with Krusty, he puts himself in these situations, much like Bart, without thinking things through. And I think the story does feel like an episode that would fit into Disney and Nickelodeon Doug. Just replace Krusty with Bill Bluff, and you've got a Disney or Nickelodeon Doug story. So I think this one definitely deserves, once again, thumbs in the middle. It's an alright story, kind of okay, but something that definitely had potential. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.